Hello everyone, my name is Masterstarman, and welcome back for more Mario Kart Wii. I have a weird way of wrapping my mind around certain things. So, yeah, last time, this is kind of a weird one. Last time we finished up in the 150cc period, and that was about 2 years ago now. So I'm sure the logical question is, where the hell is mirror mode? And I have some unfortunate news that I will never say never, but the chances of this Let's Play continuing are, I want to say 99.99999999999 to 0.1. That's how small of a chance I think this LP has of continuing. And there's a few reasons for that. Mostly, it's been 2 years since we've even recorded this, and I've asked Morgan on plenty, and I mean plenty of occasions, when are we gonna get together again to do the next video? And we've gotten together a few times since then. Usually nothing too outrageous, but we have gotten together a little bit since then. But yeah, the problem with that is that, you know, we've gotten together since then, but we never actually bothered recording, and he's never wanted to record, and I've told him plenty of times that, you know, I've wanted to get this done, and he's just never been up for recording it, and I could be honest that there's probably about a dozen things I could say right now, and probably a lot of things that aren't exactly the most politically correct things in the world, and I'm not gonna avoid that. I don't want to throw stones and say a bunch of shit I don't mean to, or that I'll regret in the future, or some other nonsensical bullshit, because I think that's, like I said, that's, in my opinion, just bullshit right there. Personally, I just think that the realistic chances of us doing this are basically non-existent. I've reached out to Morgan plenty of times about doing stuff. He really doesn't even respond to me half the time. Sometimes we talk a couple of times, like he'll send me something random on Twitter at like 3 in the morning, and sometimes I'll look at it, and other times I'll either wonder why he's messaging me at 3 in the morning, or, you know, I'll ask him if he wants to do something, and then he says he doesn't, or he says he'll be working, but then he'll tell me he's, like, whatever, really, and it's, if he doesn't want to do anything, then, I mean, I'm not going to change his mind. It's disheartening, don't get me wrong, but, I mean, I've had plenty of times where people have, like, cut me out of their lives before, and I mean, it's not a foreign concept to me, as unfortunate as it is, so, yeah, so, because of that, I mean, if he, the realistic thing here that I want to get at here is, I told him plenty of times that Nuts and Bolts was my final Let's Play, and some of this other stuff. There's times where I don't think he really takes a whole lot of my Let's Plays seriously, if that makes any sense. Like, there's been times where I've told him I did something, and then he would completely ignore me, and then tell me to say some joke in the next recording session that it's getting irrelevant anyway, but there's been plenty of times where he's kind of ignored, like, whatever I've done, so, you know, I have a feeling that he's probably ignored a lot of the times I've said that Nuts and Bolts is my final Let's Play, but I've been very firm on that. It's still the Let's Play that I plan to end off my channel with, and realistically, maybe I might upload a couple of things afterwards, but, and one of the big things that I plan to do is the top 50 Masterstarman moments video. That's still going to happen. I'm just not sure how soon after the final Nuts and Bolts video it'll be. Nuts and Bolts is about 98% done right now. All that's pretty much left are a couple of unseen things, and then the final episode, so it's coming to a close at such a rate that, realistically, you know, it's come to a point now where it's like, I've given Morgan like 2 years worth of chances, and I don't think this is a Let's Play that I could just do on my own, or if I did, it probably just wouldn't be as fun for me to record. I mean, it's Mario Kart, every Mario Kart LP we've done on the channel has been in multiplayer in the past, and actually, fun fact, it's kind of the same thing with, since the LP, Morgan and I have done Mario Kart 8 Deluxe with Darren as well, and Morgan declined to return when Darren and I did the battle mode video, which is why it's just me and Darren in the battle mode video. I'll take some blame where I think blame is due. I was a bit of a jackass when making this Let's Play. One of the big sources of drama was from part 12 in the Let's Play. It was the first, it was maybe part 13? No. Whatever the 100cc Shell Cup was, I guess that would be part 13. That was, I got off on kind of a pissed off, like, tangent at Morgan because, he said, like, he said something that, or like, there was some weird amount of the game that was giving me a weird amount of bullshit, and, he said something to me that was just, like, pissing me off in the moment, kind of, not quite like kind of like a backseat gaming type of deal, except, like, it was probably just miscommunication between both of us. Like, to me, it sounded like it was just purely backseat gaming, in that I wasn't playing up to the level that he thought I should have been playing up to it, even though Mario Kart Wii is not a game I've played very much, and it's basically Morgan's favorite game. So I snapped, because I was used to it for years between, like, just other people I was friends with in the past that I didn't get along with, and people that I've, like, had lots of, like, I've snapped at people in the past for backseat gaming, and this to me felt it was just a natural instinct. Did what I'd say was wrong? Absolutely. I don't, like, it's one of those things, I don't regret what I said, but I regret saying it, but also in the context of why I said it, I'm not surprised I said it at the same time. So, that's just kind of my stance on that personally, and why I think he was more upset than I was. And it wasn't right to lash out. I mean, there's a big age gap between the two of us, too. I'm 3 years and, like, 9 or 10 months older than Morgan is. More than that, maybe. I mean, something like that anyway. So there's almost a 4-year age gap between us. I was 19 at the time we did that. He was, like, 15 and a half, so there's definitely a lot of, like, definitely a big age gap between the two of us, and I think just age has both made us, you know, I've seen a lot more shit since then, and, you know, I mean, it's just, it is kind of what it is. Your eyes do not deceive you. This is an online Mario Kart Wii video. For some strange reason, my old Dell had this file of a Mario Kart Wii video that was recorded back on April 26th, 2012. So, no, this isn't some public lobby. I just randomly happen to have a video that I don't think I've ever uploaded on my channel, and this was uploaded back then, so yeah, that's just kind of the nature of that. But yeah, I don't have any hard feelings towards Morgan. I totally understand everything that's kind of happened, but I just realistically think that the chance of finishing this Let's Play, basically nothing, because like I said, Nuts and Bolts is pretty much over, and I don't see any way that I don't see any way that there's gonna be anything that follows that, anything major anyway. that's all I really wanted to say. Thank you for watching this kind of update video. I kind of hope you understand. If you're for some reason watching this, Morgan, I apologize, but this kind of... I just needed to make this update video to kind of explain this. Thank you, and have yourselves a wonderful day. Peace out.